don't understand how people can be at any time logging in because of the phones, right? When people at any time they are logging, they're from the phones, right?
Log in from the yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. All right, and share. Oh.
Very big question. Oh, I know my parents really recognize it.
Okay. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Good. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh.
Audio and video, maybe restart. It sounds horrible. Stream on YouTube is very fun.
Okay.
Okay.
How's the stream on the Facebook?
What are we?
Should be good.
Facebook, we have people on Facebook.
Pato, right? 5G.
5G. How is on Facebook? Is on Facebook good? Or just on YouTube?
Yeah. So, yeah, I wonder if it's this microphone. Oh, you know what it is? Maybe this needs to be over here. Let's try this.
Or like this. Okay, we try and you let us know.
Good
Good,
enough.
good sound, not perfect. Okay, how about now?
Okay, let's try it. Okay, we're now let's have the sounds now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, I know how to do this test.
How is it sound? Same sound.
Yeah. That's it. I just have to try this here. Okay, here we go. All right, let us know.
Okay, just pops in. Okay, let us know now.
Now I just changed the microphone.
Yeah.
Should be different.
Should be different.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, but still Fox.
Yes,
What is Fox?
it's okay. Think of this. Hare Krishna. Let me know if it pops up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Bad audio. Okay, you know what we're gonna do?
How about yesterday?
We'll restart this.
Yeah.
We'll just restart it.
How about if we use my computer? It was good.
Yeah, but it should be. Sometimes it does that.
Okay.
Very distracting. Okay,
Right.
we're gonna just stay on here. I'm just gonna refresh everything.
We're gonna refresh. Choppy.
Okay. I wonder if it's something to do with. Well, let's see. Maybe it's. Oh, you know what? I probably need to restart. I'm gonna restart the whole thing. That's what it is. I didn't restart it.
Okay.
Let's see. Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, you know what? It might have been this Nord thing here. But that's what it was. Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see if it's that. No, it's unprotected. Okay. All right. I think we're back here. Let's see if it's any better. I'll check the microphone again too. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There we go. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I don't know. It's I can put it. I can read it. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have the licking thing going on. licking came back.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Viene acá ahora,
Krishna
acá,
Hare
acá,
Hare.
ahora, acá. Viene acá. Luna, acá. Basta ahí, basta, gorda, acá.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Get a muzzle for the dog.
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This
Hare
is the
Krishna,
tune.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What's happening?
Try again.
From topic.
Yeah, go for it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
¿Por
Hare
qué
Hare.
always yawning? ¿Por qué always yawning me? I'm always yawning when I'm...
It's spiritual.
See? It's spiritual. Okay, good. Okay.
Spiritual symptom.
See, good.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. You want to read a little bit now?
You know what was funny about, like, I didn't know that you have to say Hare Krishna to say hello, you're here. And I, in one of your live 4 a.m. thingy, I said hola. And then Lalita put a very like ha 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 thing. It was funny. Then I realized that I should have put Hare Krishna. I put
okay.
hola.
It's okay. Ola is okay.
See,
Yeah.
it was funny
You
though.
can go see.
Should we read a little bit?
Yeah, you want to read?
See,
We'll read that. Did you like that book yesterday?
I do.
Yeah, let's read that again here. Let's get that up.
I like it a lot. It's like the basics, right?
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Basics is good.
Yeah. So that was a database.
You see, this thing comes inside of with the toilet paper instead of having a hole has a thing.
Nice.
It's nice because you have all this tissue that you can use for extra things, right?
It's good.
I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah. Okay, where is science of self-realization?
Oh, that's good. Yeah. What about
Okay. Let's see where we're at. Somewhere like.
why is a man given a better chance to live? Maybe we can start there.
Okay.
Show us, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Why is a man given a better chance to live than swine or other animals? What is highly posted government officer given better facilities for a comfortable life than other ordinary clerk? Really, this is a very good thing because I was always thinking, why? Why?
Yeah.
The answer is very simple. The important officer has to discharge duties for a more responsible nature than those of an ordinary clerk. Similarity, the human being has to discharge higher duties than the animals, who are always busy with filling their hungry, filling, sorry, their hungry stomach. By, but by the law of nature, the more animalistic standards of civilization has only increased the problem of filling the stomach. When we approach some of these Polish animals for spiritual life, they say that they only want to work for the satisfaction of their stomach, and that there is no necessary of inquiring about the Godhead. Yet, despite their eagerness to work hard, there is always a question of unemployment and so many other impediments incurred by the law of nature. Despite this, they still denounce the necessity of acknowledging the Godhead. Hey, basta, basta, por favor. Basta, basta.
Yeah,
Okay.
so people, people. This is, Saint Paul in the Bible is called it the natural man. The natural man is just they're not awakened. This like this chanting. People, what are you chanting for? I'm busy doing work. I'm just. And it's never an opportunity because they don't see any value in it. People see value in the world usually is making money. You know. Just the natural things, to do with our bodies, because we identify, they said wealth, money is to do with the body, children, relationships to do with the body, pleasuring the body and all that stuff. So everything, body, but spiritual body, nobody knows, and that's really the most valuable thing. Is basically what we're doing. We're activating the spiritual body.
Yeah.
So the spiritual senses, there are actually senses there, and you can begin to contact the spirit, and it's more fulfilling. It's complete.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's more complete, more understanding. You start to wake up. You start to become really intelligent. People that are just mundanely aware of things in the world are considered less intelligent, because only when we get contact with the spirit do we become more intelligent.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't even know who we are. Yeah. Yeah. So it's great little. Here.
Okay.
Right there.
They are given this human form of life, not just to work hard like the swine or dog, but to attain, or how do you pronounce? Attain the highest perfection of life. If we do not want the perfection, then we will have to work very hard, for we will be forced by the laws of nature in these closing days of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, this present age, men will have to work hard like asses for only a scrap of bread. This is,
isn't it true?
It is so true.
And you see how even this contact, even like I could see from your own experience.
I know my own experience, and I still just scrap of bread, and I still struggle. But then I always thought of myself so spiritual. There was something that was not right there.
Yeah. Well, you see how it's changing around.
Yeah.
See, because this is a lot of people don't know what is spiritual yet. See, spiritual is above this mode of goodness. The mode of goodness is like people think it's spiritual is to do good deeds and to help people out, feed the hungry, save the whales, all these things, and that's okay. I mean, it's a higher mode because there's a happiness there, but it's still not spiritual yet. See, spirit is above all the material energies of goodness. That's good. That's where the good people in the demigod realms, there's good beings there and they do good deeds and stuff. But they're still not liberated.
But I was so much into God and Jesus.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah. You're in. People are into that, but they're not understanding them yet. See, they understood spirit, but most people, they speculate until, that's why you need this connection, because we bring you deeper into the spiritual understanding of who Jesus really is.
Yes.
But everybody's just saying, yeah, I'm into Jesus. I had a student for 3 months, one lady, and I know Jesus, and Jesus he's like this and he's like that. But after 3 months of associating, teaching, sharing, chanting, she realized she didn't really know Jesus. She didn't understand bhakti or anything, actually, because it was time for her to wake up.
Yeah.
People are just speculating what is spirit, speculating what Jesus is, speculating what in the Krishna movement what Prabhupada is, speculating what Lord Caitanya is, speculating what Radha and Krishna. They don't know. You gotta actually contact and make contact, encounter that spiritual Lord, and experience that soul to supreme soul, and that's the idea of this. What we do here.
Nice. Mary has a nice humble nature. Thank you, Mary, so much.
Yeah. She's also like Sachi is always kind of she's a good person, tries to help people good, but she knows also now after so many years that there's another level that's really the spirit. It's that's still a covering.
Yeah.
See, and so this is called spontaneous devotional service, spontaneous love of God, and it's from, and it only manifests when you're around awakened devotees, and then they teach you, how to identify this and experience this.
I must say, every time that I was in a crisis and I would pray to Jesus, those times I would see miracles happening in my life. Amazing. But I wouldn't do it often enough because I thought, I don't know, I didn't want to bother him, But when I would get to a crisis level, I would pray so badly, and instantly I would get a miracle. It's amazing.
Yeah. Miracles are nice, and really nice, and it's more too. Deeper than that is the miracles are kind of the effects. It's kind of like seek the kingdom of God, and all else is added. The miracles and the good life and all that. But
I'm the same, Mary.
Yeah. I help people to the point of getting myself in an uncomfortable position.
And then I used to be like that all my life until the last 4 years, where heaven, universe put me in a complicated scenario where I couldn't do more than, I don't know, the basics, and then things got stuck in my energy, and I didn't understand why until I met you. Thank God for that.
Yeah, you see, it just more coverings come off, and you get more clear about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Okay,
so should I go from here?
Did you finish that?
No. Okay, so yet human beings are not meant to work hard like animals, and if a man fails to discharge his duty as a human being, he is forced to migrate to the lower species of life by the law of nature. See, this is what I think it happened to me. The Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita.
I like how you pronounce it. My pronunciation is terrible. Very vividly describe how a spirit soul, by the law of nature, takes his birth and gets a suitable body and sense organs for enjoying matter in the material world.
Yeah, and the secret is the opposite: is to get people to enjoy the spirit and a lot of so to enjoy serving the spirit, because it's all about service. You serve the body too, you serve the bodies of others and all of this, but then you can serve the spirit body. This is what they call, even for soul winning, you win souls over by awakening their spirits. yours is awakened simultaneously as well as helping them.
Yeah.
That's what we do, like this kind of thing. And the chanting is really good to do that. Yeah. And so otherwise, if you don't get a taste of spiritual service and become attracted, just naturally will become attracted back into this world. Because you become attached. Very easy to become attached.
Easily, but no more.
Yeah.
One learns lessons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here you get more. When you get more attached to chanting in the name like this increases more and more our attachment to spirit, and it draws us into the spiritual dimension. Even here in this world, you become conscious of spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, this is. I don't know what it is. So let's keep it reading. Okay, so body and sense organ. Okay, in the Bhagavad Gita,
Just do it slow. Bhagavad
Bhagavad
Gita.
Gita. Bhagavad
Bhagavad.
Gita.
There you go.
How about that?
Just practice.
It is also stated that those who attempt but do not complete the path of approaching God, in other words, those who have failed to achieve complete success in Krishna consciousness, are given the chance to appear in families of the spiritually advanced or in financially well-to-do mercantile families. If the successful spiritual aspirant, is that right, are offered such chances of noble parentage, that of those who have actually attained the required success? Question mark. Therefore, an attempt to go back to Godhead, even if half finished, guarantees a good birth in the next lifetime.
Yeah, and that needs to be, see, Prabhupada's not, he's just kind of helping people at the beginning, because it's very hard to understand deep spiritual subjects right off. And so we fill in the details of that. It's like, so people just need to know who is qualified. In Prabhupada's books, also the deeper books, he explains, if you can come to the point of attraction to spirit, when your spirit is awakened for the Supreme Spirit, that is the qualification to enter the kingdom of God, because your feelings are transformed into ecstasy and bliss, these terms that nobody really understands or knows even.
Yeah.
No, but who speaks in terms of bliss, ecstasy, rapture?
They don't speak it in the sense, spiritual sense. They speak it in a stupidly.
Yeah, they're just speculating,
way.
They say spiritual, spiritual.
Whatever.
But actually spiritual means our soul, we become conscious that we're spirit soul, and we have this transcendental relationship with God, and he appears in his names and his pastimes. That's how we stay in contact in the material world, is through this engagement and contact. See, and once you become attracted, you're drawn just naturally into the kingdom. Even here, you're drawn. Here, just by chanting in ecstasy, it draws the Lord close to you. You feel it, literally. You feel the spiritual presence, and it's awesome. There's nothing like it. It's the perfection of life, and you don't have to be perfect. That is perfection, is to draw the attention of the Lord, where you can feel this reciprocation, this transcendental spiritual relationship, and it gives us entrance into the kingdom. That's being saved. And then whatever, say we might have some piddly desires for whatever it is, we work that out.
Thanks for using.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like if you go to Vrindavan, where there's Krishna and his relatives there, he actually brings them to the Earth planet, and then if we attain attraction by coming in contact with the disciplic line like this, to the point of becoming ecstatic, even though we're not finished with everything, finished with this world even. We'll still go to an earthly Vrindavan um, and interact with Krishna, who's completely pure, and Radharani is completely pure. And many devotees come from the spiritual world to participate with the Lord who are completely pure. And then there might be us who have attained the level of attraction, but still have some other desires and things that gets purified by that association. Matter of fact, that's already happening just by coming into the sangha. You don't have to wait to die and then take birth there. It's the same process going on here. Many people are making very fantastic advancement. They're at the point of prema even.
Yeah.
And so if they have any desires, that's all going here. This material desires, because this becomes more and more attractive. More attractive than anything. And then you just do your duties in the world. You got to work. You have to. You're always thinking too, hey man, chanting soon.
No, it's just like I wish I had more time, like throughout my work day that it doesn't produce me any money. They say, so I'm thinking, what is wrong with this thing that is not producing any money? So then I have to struggle and do more hours.
Well, you'll see, it's going to be, everything will be easier for you.
Easier. It needs to be easier.
But you see, it's not on you're going to learn that it's not by your endeavor, it's by your consciousness and your relationship with the Lord. The Lord just wants to bestow presence.
It's our divine right?
Well, it's not. It's grace. We're not entitled.
No, but when we were born with that, then people do ego shit.
No, we're not actually born with it. No, we have to awaken this relationship. Well, you could be born with it. It depends on your spiritual level of advancement. Not everybody's born with it. Most actually children are pretty selfish. That's what I've seen. They're always
even
thinking about
the
themselves.
Ego comes through them.
Yeah, well, you bring in what you were in your last life. You could be an evil little boy, man, little girl. They've been, hey man, there are movies about that.
There are movies about children have been killing people at age 5. They didn't even have an ego on their body.
Yeah, well, they've got something. They bring it. They bring something in, and
the devil.
Yeah. So it's and so if you bring in what like Jesus taught the principle, what you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. So if you bind this devotion, when you pass from this body, the devotion is there. This is the only thing that actually stays with you eternally. Really, this devotion. Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful.
Okay, this is very interesting. When given the chance to appear in the families. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
What I have?
I think your Bhagavad Gita. Start with
the Bhagavad Gita reminds much fortune well-born person that their good fortune is due to their past devotion activities. Unfortunately, the children of these families do not consult the Bhagavad Gita.
Don't consult.
Consult.
Yeah,
sorry, my accent. Again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. I'm just making a point because if you don't say it, nobody understands.
No.
So we're reading it to understand, and then you understand. Make mistakes, it's fine, but I get it.
You have to correct me. Yeah. Consult the Bhagavad Gita being misguided by Maya illusion. There we go with the Maya.
Yeah.
Birth in well-to-do.
Actually, read that again because it's pretty deep.
Okay, the Bhagavad Gita reminds such fortunate, well-born persons that their good fortune is due to their past devotional activities. Unfortunately, the children of this family do not consult the Bhagavad Gita. being misguided by by Maya illusion. That will
Yeah.
be this is so true.
Yeah.
I know. Like I went to an English school when I was
Mm-hmm.
a girl, and I could see all the people that were my the children that were there. They were coming from very good fortune,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say, like, what is wrong with these children? None of them. They all thought they were more because they had money,
Mm-hmm.
and they had no awareness whatsoever. Okay, I had maybe another type of awareness, but I was like coming to my mother and saying, "What is wrong with these people? Why are you taking me to this school? People, no one there. You cannot be 9 years old and compete with each other to see which parent has the best car." And it was ridiculous. And I was always wondering why
Mm-hmm.
they got such a privileged life,
Mm-hmm.
and they're assholes.
Well, that's why. See, they don't consult the Gita. It's just kind of the way the illusion is. It's very powerful.
Very.
It's very powerful. So the way it usually works is they could have like pious past. So they're born in good fortune
Yeah.
families, maybe mercantile
Yeah,
family, they're
yeah,
rich and
yeah.
everything.
Absolutely.
But if the parents are not spiritually
All of
inclined,
them blind.
yeah. So, and then they teach the children the same thing, be competitive like they are. So they pass it down. And so that's the misfortune. But by good fortune, you somehow get a Bhagavad Gita. And usually you got to hear it preached to you. You got to hear
Yeah.
it by a person who's realized something, realized the spirit, because Bhagavad Gita is spiritual. It gives direction
Yeah.
so that our soul can awaken.
Yeah.
But out of many thousands among men, see, this is a verse in Gita, hardly one is interested in the spiritual
Exactly.
path. See, and that's what I thought about you. I thought, wow, it's really amazing. Right off the bat, she's very interested, and it's like, yeah, I'm into this spirit. Yeah,
Yeah, because I
yeah,
was
yeah. I want to make
born
time for this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ever since I was a child,
You've been looking for this.
I had I had it in me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I could not understand the normal earthly type of people. Never, ever.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Matter of fact, Amy was like that too. Same thing, same
Yeah.
story. Also couldn't relate, and
You
people didn't
cannot relate
understand
to
her.
anyone.
Yeah,
That's why you like to be a hermit in your own
yes,
bunker,
yes.
and not.
You were an orphan out there. And we're here. We're taking. You
Yeah.
came in a little basket on our doorstep.
No, what I mean, even if you have a great family, I
Yeah,
was the black sheep of the family because I just could not understand
yeah,
anything of
yeah,
these people. My parents were good parents. They have a good balance because
yeah.
my mother was coming from wealth. My father was coming from poverty, and
Mhm,
he um, made his way up
mhm.
to wealth, but he taught us about being humble, right?
Ah,
So we had, I had a good brain. They brought
upbringing.
us with values, and my brother is the same. We're humble people,
Mhm,
regardless of what we have or not have,
mhm,
and that's nice.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's very nice.
Pero I never understood what I mean, especially when I was a young girl. I never understood all these young children having parents, very wealthy parents that would have their own planes, their own helicopters, and they would compete with each other at
Yeah,
9 year olds. How can you allow your child not to understand values? And
yeah.
this is a
It's,
waste
it's
of a human life,
This
right?
Kali Yuga, yeah. So it's nice, you make contact here. You have these intelligent books.
Sí,
They're
sí,
great
sí, sí,
intelligence.
sí,
It's
sí,
amazing.
very good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So this balances everything out.
Everything.
Yeah, it's really great.
So Amy was like me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well done. And she,
Talk to her sometime.
see, oh well. It's hard when you grow up in a world that you don't feel related to that
Yeah.
world.
Oh yeah.
Very hard.
A lot of us are like
Yeah. So birth. What? Okay. Begin. Okay. Should I start here or
that.
did
Let's
I
see.
already?
Did you do that? Yeah, you read that. Hey, try it again. Bhagavad Gita.
The the Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of the transcendental science of Krishna consciousness, and it is the duty of all responsible head of state to chalk out their economic
Where'd you read?
chalk.
Chalk out. Chalk.
What was I
Chalk
mean?
means to give directions.
Right. Chalk out their economic and other programs by referring to the Bhagavad Gita.
See, this
Well,
is a
then
problem.
they don't do that.
They don't do that. See, they don't. Not only do they not do that.
They do the opposite.
Yeah, they do the opposite. That's all right.
See.
Yeah, they do the opposite, and actually everything is inverted. They teach demoniac principles.
Exactly.
You know, they teach the political how like might is right, Machiavellian philosophies. They learn. This is what they teach. Like whatever to accomplish your goal, you can do anything: lie, cheat, deceive.
Amen.
That's demoniac. Yeah. So that's the world. But if they consulted not only Gita but all these wonderful books, they would be great persons, and they would
Exactly.
they would help people,
and they will help the world because
Yeah.
all these high rank people like presidents or whatever, they will help the world if they give the right message instead of
everything is because they don't basically these persons in control of the world, most of them don't believe in God. They believe that they are gods, and
I know
this is
the arrogance of the ego, right?
Yeah, they believe they're gods. Like Bill Gates,
Like,
basically he thinks,
like,
hey man, and they're on like a mission. They feel that the world needs them to do whatever, to change it, to shape it, and because there is no God, it's like that's why they have this desire to control. They feel like, hey man, if we don't do something about the climate, the God ain't going to do it. We got to do it. That means we got to figure out plans.
But at least he does something. Imagine Donald Trump, to put an example. He has been the head of whatever, and he's an arrogant, the worst arrogant person you can possibly come across. Well, he didn't do anything to nothing. Bill Gates, at least he does something to help.
I'm just making points.
Making
points. Just about points. We can,
say,
well,
no
this guy has
politics.
a little better false ego than the other
bit.
person.
I
False ego is false ego.
I know, but at least they do something. They help. I don't know. What I'm saying, all these other people, like.
Yeah. Well, you see, the point is, I'm saying that, at least they do something, but they don't see that the Bhagavad Gita teaches you what is the demoniac qualities. Demoniac qualities is you do the opposite of what should be done. You say, like, for example, let's use Gates. He thinks the idea is to genetically modify nature, human beings included.
Oh, really?
Yes. Genetically modify them, modify their cut and splice their DNA and make whatever you want to do, and that's what he's committed to. And that's what he's doing. He's saying, we can also put this shield over the sun so it'll keep it cool down here, and it's like messing with nature. And that's what demons do. They think they're doing. I mean, in their mind, they're doing service of humanity. But that's the demoniac thing.
No.
You don't have knowledge, not this kind of knowledge. You have a crafty kind of knowledge. It's deceitful, and to accomplish what he's doing, he knows the demons know that good people won't like it, but they really committed to it, so they'll lie, cheat, deceive, and connive to do it, and hypocritically be hypocrites and all that to accomplish their goal. It's a Machiavellian philosophy. So not everybody will consult Gita. They don't believe in God.
Maybe no one that had the privilege to be born in good wealth. I haven't met one person that had the privilege of
Mm-hmm.
being born in good wealth, not one that has been transmitting this type
Yeah.
of messages. Not one.
Not, yeah, it's very rare. Sometimes there are, like when Lord
Like
Chaitanya
who?
was here. Well, I don't know specifically, actually, but I'm just saying in history,
In history,
past history.
centuries ago.
Yeah. So 550 years ago, there was a great king, and he was a devotee of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, and he could recognize Lord Chaitanya, and he had his whole kingdom, it was devotional, and he taught properly, and they had the deities there. And so, yeah, it has been done. There have been saintly kings, but the way the yugas are, there's the Kali Yuga, which is the demoniac persons. They take control of Kali Yuga, and they destroy everything. And that's why we got nuclear bombs. We got all these crazy things. Um, we want to modify the atmosphere, and then they got the armies, who want to, do weird things. And got CIA and
Oh,
FBI, and then they, want to, brainwash everybody. This is all the Kali Yuga stuff. Uh, I mean, for what we're doing here is a miracle, because in our little sangha we've transcended religion, and that is a
yes.
miracle. Because most people in Vaishnavism, I haven't seen one sangha that's actually transcended religion. Even though they say, we're Raganuga Bhaktas. No, they just act like religious sectarian persons. They don't know the essence.
Will you
We'll
read
read the Gita
Gita
chapter
chapter 16?
16. Gita chapter, okay, let's read chapter 16 Gita here. All right, let's see, Vedas. Let's see here. Okay, Madhya, let's see, library. Chapter 16. Oh,
The
divine
divine
and
and
demonic.
demonic.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay, here we go.
interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll read chapter 16, divine and demoniac natures. Go
Wow.
ahead.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, we took it away from me.
Go ahead.
The Supreme Personalities of Godhead said, fearless purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the
Vedas.
Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation,
Mm-hmm.
tranquility,
Aversion
aversion to
fault finding,
fault finding,
compassion,
compassion for all living entities, freedom from
covetousness,
covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady,
determination,
determination,
vigor,
forgiveness, fortitude,
cleanliness,
cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of
Bart,
Bharata,
Bart,
Bart,
Barta,
Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with
divine.
divine nature.
Now, can you imagine that in Kali Yuga to have all those qualities? What hope is there for anybody? And this is why many of the gurus were teaching in our thing. That's why it takes so long to develop these qualities, because you got to basically be without material desires. And so you got to force this purification somehow or other. That's their speculate, like you could actually do it. But what we teach in here, what I'm teaching, is the path of mercy. The Lord gives you this awakening, regardless of our what do you call lack of qualifications like this. This, in such a yuga, which is that mode of goodness yuga,
Yeah.
People live thousands of years and they could practice all of this for thousands of years, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't have that much time. So Lord Chaitanya came 500 years ago, 550 years ago, to give us an easy process.
Yeah.
This chanting, and then he empowers his devotees. He sends some devotees with the empowerment, and very quickly you get purified. And these kind of qualities just kind of spontaneously develop. Maybe not all of them right away,
Yeah.
but you could see anybody that's doing this, and you start to chant in ecstasy, you'll see these qualities like what happened here? I can't believe where's my thing? Oh, wrong thing here. These qualities like um, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, and 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 the kind of fearlessness that you get and the purification of existence is actually transcendental. It's different than the kind of a good, the mode of goodness, where
Yeah.
you're forcing yourself to become like that, to become fearless, and that's a little more contrived. But this is because you're in touch with your spirit, you become naturally fearless because you know who you are. The Lord gives us that awareness that we're spirit, and the spirit can't die. Our bodies can, but
Yeah.
when you know who you are, the fearlessness comes. Purification of one's existence becomes easier than these other persons try to do it more artificially and by discipline and by renunciation and austerity. The Lord gives us this potency to chant the holy name in ecstasy, and you feel this inner purification just manifested, like easy, without, having to do disciplines
Nothing.
and all
Yeah.
this stuff. Bhagavad Gita was actually written 5,000 years ago, before Lord Chaitanya gave this mercy. So it's very difficult to realize Krishna, very difficult. And so now it's so much more easy when you make the right connection, when you meet those that are empowered with this mercy, which is our Sangha. Our Sangha is empowered with this special mercy, so that people feel this spiritual purification and this spiritual fearlessness. I can tell you all these kind of qualities here. Oops, wrong one here. These truthfulness. Naturally, you become truthful, but better than just truthful in the mode of goodness. That's not full truth. Full truth is transcendental truth. It's the truth about life. And you become free of material anger, and that's why you have no hatreds to even the demons, and you can even help
Yeah,
demons.
just don't care anymore about anything.
See, those in a mode of goodness,
Whatever.
yeah,
Like,
those in a
whatever.
mode of goodness can't
Yeah.
completely help. They can't help the demons because they want to fight them. They want to conquer them, and the demons want to conquer the demigods. This is an illusion. See, those who get this special mercy of Lord Chaitanya their existence becomes so purified, their material hatred comes out of their heart. They don't hate anybody, even though it may seem a lot of times people misunderstand their preaching. They don't. They're not fault finders. See, that's in the freedom from fault finding, but they may find faults. Like I find faults all the time to point them out, because a lot of people worship these faults as divine, and that's a problem. If you worship things that are faulty as divine, that are material as divine, you don't have the right understanding. See, you need to worship things that are divine as divine. You have to know what the divine energies are. See, but only those who realize these divine energies can teach these things. Nobody else knows. It's a great secret of secrets. Go ahead. You can read Prabhupada's.
Okay, purport. What purport means?
Purport means explanation.
The explanation.
I
Right.
kind of gave a little purport myself.
All right. Good. In the beginning of the 15th chapter, the Bangan tree is this material world was explained. The extra roots coming out of it were compared to activities of the living entities.
Maybe you speak a little louder.
Oh. So The extra rules coming out of it were compared to the activities of living entities, some auspicious, some inauspicious. In the ninth chapter, also, the devas or godly and the
Asuras.
asuras, the ungodly or demons, were explained. Now, according to the Vedic,
Uh,
Vedic,
Vedic, yeah.
Vedic
Right.
rites are known as Daivi
Prakriti.
transcendental by nature, those who are situated in the
Transcendental.
nature make progress on the path of liberation.
Yeah, and see, and that's again, this is not really conclusively clear. And this is some of the charts they do that because what is divine is so difficult to discern unless you get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. They preach mode of goodness as godly, but it actually is not truly godly. What is more accurate is goodly.
Yeah.
See, this is goodly. The goodlies and the badlies. The badlies are the demons, and the goodlies are the demon gods. They're both an illusion, more or less. The goodlies are a little bit less an illusion than the badlies. I tell you, nobody's ever explained Bhagavad Gita like this, but this is really right.
I know.
You know, this is the, all these people, they like Prabhupada said, is situated in transcendental nature. No, the goodlies are not situated in transcendental nature. This is why people, unless you get the extraordinary mercy of Lord Caitanya coming in line, you mix everything. You mix the goodlies with the truly godly thing, and that's why they don't know what we're doing here. They think this is not this is godly stuff.
Yeah.
This is ecstasy stuff. This is bliss. This is all transcendental stuff. This is the transcendental nature that's happening here. But in religion, things are all kind of jumbled up and mixed up and not clear. See, that's why you spend 30 days here. You get clear about a lot of things that you know. Nobody's ever really heard
I
this.
already got clear in so many things.
Yeah,
It has been 2
just
weeks.
a few days. Yeah, amazing, fast. Huh?
Well, I guess because
goodly.
It's like
the goodlies. Have you ever heard a purport like that, man? Yeah, nobody's ever heard the goodlies. But it's true, isn't it? The goodlies and the badlies, they fight each other, right? And they hate each other. Man, the goodlies, they hate the badlies, and the badlies. This is illusion still. That's why the devotees are different. They're transcended that.
Yeah.
No hatred in their heart. They actually help the goodlies and the badlies.
And the badlies.
Whoever will take their help, they think is a goodly.
Yeah.
You know? Hey man, it's good. It's fantastic if you're badly that you come and you learn transcendental science, man.
Of course.
That's why, Jesus, he went to the tax collector because he liked him. The tax collector, I like this Jesus. I don't know why. Come to our orgy, man. He said, all right, no problem, man.
Whatever.
You like me, okay? I'll come and preach.
Yeah.
The goodlies didn't like him, The goodlies, the goodlies were the Pharisees.
Yeah.
Now they're into it. Huh? The goodly wolves and sheep. Yeah, you got the goodly wolves.
They
and
have
sheep's
a lot
clothing.
of those.
Got a lot of them. That's
a
religion.
lot of
It's
wizards in
religion,
wolves.
man.
Yeah, that's religion.
Yeah, sly.
Amazing.
The goodlies. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead.
What? Is the screen?
Oh yeah.
Orange.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Let me fix that.
I'm so tired. I cannot see well. Or the screen went funny.
It's just
okay.
It's what do you call screen eye saver.
Oh right.
But I'll make it a little bit better.
See, but it's not eye saving me.
Yeah.
It's,
No.
It's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
It's been a badly.
Yeah, it's a badly thing. So
like the asshole,
Okay, let's see here. Take that off.
Oh, that's much better.
Much better. Huh?
Much better.
Okay.
Okay, 10 more minutes and we're going.
Yeah.
Taking
Yeah,
the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm walking with you, so I take the dog out for the pool
Okay.
and then I'm going to bed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, where are we?
The good leads and the godlies.
Oh,
Right here for those.
okay. Okay, where are they? Where are the good lists?
No, for those.
For those who are acting in the modes of passion and ignorance. On the other hand, there is no possibility of liberation. Either they will have to remain in this material world as human beings, or they will descend among the species of animals or even lower life form. Can you go back to being an animal?
Yeah, you can if you act like an animal. Like some people, they just if they're so animalistic, they get that kind of body. You can
Oh
go
my
into the,
God.
you could, yeah. A lot of these drunks on the street
Okay,
sometimes,
those
that
ones.
kind of,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really like,
Yeah.
they
They
even
need to,
animals,
yeah.
even animals are cleaner than a lot of these
They are
guys.
cleaner than these guys,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they clean themselves so
They
they.
should go back like being a stone or something.
Well, they just
Yeah,
unfortunately,
right.
but that's happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but you see, this is like Prabhupada's. See, talking about the passion and ignorance, there's no chance for liberation. See, this is the thing. This is the way of trying to lift yourself out of this, and there's not much hope for those to do that. But if you take shelter, it doesn't matter if you're in passion, ignorance, if you're badly or goodly. See, badlies are in passion usually, and then more ignorance. It could be like the drunks on the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
Really people don't clean themselves. But everyone can transcend the modes of nature simply by associating with those who have transcended the modes of nature. Those who come to our sangha and associate with liberated souls. We have liberated souls here. They have the gift of Lord Caitanya. They have prema bhakti. That's undeniable. They only deny it. People deny it because they're envious, jealous, and all this. They're these little wolves in sheep's clothing. But we're here to help them too. We'll help anybody.
Yeah.
If anybody will just, I'm just here to tell the truth, man. The
Yeah.
truth is the mercy of Lord Caitanya is here, and you will be able to transcend the modes of nature here. You'll get special mercy here. You'll start to get spiritual experiences. You'll start to feel ecstasy more and more. Bliss, ecstasy will be your feelings. So it's powerful, yeah. And this is real. I'm not pulling punches. I'm just frankly telling everybody, just like I just consider everybody like Arjuna out there, and just tell people the truth, like Krishna told Arjuna. He just frankly told him, the truth. And so I, actually have had the order of Prabhupada to do this, the blessing of Prabhupada, the encouragement in that lucid dream, and Krishna came to confirm it. So I'm doing it, man.
Yeah,
I'm going all out, man.
Yeah.
All out, man. I love it too. It's
Yeah,
fantastic. I
it's
love
fantastic.
you love Thor's hammer, man. The truth.
I agree.
It's not in every life you got a chance to preach truth
But
straight
then
out, man.
you probably have done things very well by getting this to you. This yeah. Well, yes.
Maybe not.
No,
Maybe I was
no.
just a schmuck, and
No, I
the
don't
Lord
think
just
so.
and the Lord just gave special mercy, because I see a lot of people. Even you could be retarded, and if you come here, the
Retarded
Lord,
are
I've
better
seen
than
people,
a lot
they've
of
had
humans.
mental problems and everything. They come here and they start crying when they chant,
Yeah.
and they really understand Lord Caitanya. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So anybody, matter of fact, Nityananda was the savior of the mentally ill
Yeah.
and the low class persons.
Yeah.
Anybody who would just take his shelter, and associate with him and become part of the group. And it's the same thing now, because we're in that line. This is a real line. There's a real bhakti here, man. Everything's real, and really powerful too.
Absolutely.
What does Ray Davies have? I have to be honest, I have what I need
Need.
and no longer want what I wanted. Materialism sucks. I already have what I need and no longer what I, yeah. Yeah, well, Ray, the one thing is that you may have what you need and everything, but if you want, I don't know, I don't know you personally, I don't think, and we haven't talked, so I'm just taking a stab in the dark, and just say, are you interested in Krishna? Do you know Krishna? Do you know about Vrindavan? You know, see, because this is a family affair. To get into Vrindavan is the train. You can say training, the purification here is you get purified and you start to feel an affinity for liberated souls, which are here, and it's wonderful. It's a great opportunity because if you're going to go to Vrindavan, which is actually the goal of Krishna conscious movement, is to be able to move into Vrindavan and be part of that group of beings, then the training starts here. And our group is for that. People here, they're going through powerful transformations that you can even see on videos. What people went through in a year, you know, and how they're transforming their feelings went from material to spiritual and to, you know, it's miracle stuff. I was tuning in.
Into what you have to say.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. And so the thing here is you see it's a family affair. I mean, you know, a lot of people, they think they just come here to get something and they go and they think you know, it's a great opportunity to become part of a spiritual family here, and because that's how it is in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
A spiritual family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you get mega purified in this association more faster than you could do it alone, because there's special grace here. I mean, it's amazing. So anyway, you know, you do what you do, and we do what we do.
Hmm.
Yeah, see what happens.
True.
So we'll end here because she's
See,
tired. She's tired.
I'm so sorry. I'm too tired, but I don't know. Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky today.
Chucky
We
today.
won't explain what Chucky is.
Well,
right
we
now.
won't explain it.
But you ladies all know what Chucky
All
is.
ladies should know what Chucky.
All
What
ladies-
Chucky is.
All women know what
See,
Chucky
see.
is. It's a
The
family affair. It's so
It's
true
amazing.
here. This is family. It's amazing. This was
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ray Davies, for coming, and everybody else, and Govinda Das. Boy, you're up late there, Govinda.
Govinda. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Everyone, Mary,
Yeah.
Naomi, and
Yeah.
Ray.
Yes. Isn't Maria great? She's cool. She's one of the coolest girl.
And I got to the point that I was so tired. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, you did great, man. You read. Okay, so we'll see you later, everybody.
Thank you.